call the meeting to order, 7:31. I don't see any public participation. I believe the meeting minutes were sent for July. Tiana, did you send the July meeting minutes?
That's a great question.
Yes, I just found it. Did you guys take a look? We can look at them together right now.
I'm just gonna pull them up too.
Yes, I sent it on July 24th.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm staying off video. I've got COVID and I look about as good as I feel. So
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Bummer.
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, motion to approve minutes for July.
Second.
All right, Christina,
Yes.
Lillian,
Yes.
Tiana.
Yes.
All right, minutes approved. Next item is to talk about the school waste program for the fall. So I actually just got a hold of Tim O'Brien today, the school facilities director, about what his plan is for composting in the fall, considering it's now part of his budget. So he basically said that, you know, we can continue doing it at Walton and Greenwood because principals are on board. We did it for 6 months, going well. The other schools, he's looking to focus on the elementary schools because he thinks, you know, if we get it good at the elementary schools, we can then kind of move up to the other schools when kids are, you know, comfortable with it and they're moving up.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. Is someone taking notes for this meeting?
I can if you want.
I anti-volunteer, so as long as someone's taking.
Yeah, I can take them.
Sorry, continue.
So yeah, you basically said, like, for the other elementary schools, it's really up to the principals, whether they want it or not. We can't, I guess, he doesn't feel like we can kind of force it upon them. So he said that he would talk to the Dolbear principal about it. I told him, you know, what he had told us previously, his concerns are. So he was going to talk to him and kind of explain how well it's going at the other schools and kind of give him a little bit of reassurance. And then as far as Woodville, he said, you know, he would also talk to the principal there. So I think for Dolbear and Woodville, at least it'll be kind of see what happens in the fall, but at least we can, you know, continue at the two other schools as we have been and kind of feel out the other schools. He did also say that he was
probably, sorry to interrupt, like it probably would be hard for us to re-educate at all 4 schools at once. So, you know, starting the first couple weeks of school at the Walton and Greenwood where they were already doing it, and then roll it out to the others is probably good anyway, just from a,
Yeah.
we can only be at so many lunches at a time.
Right. Yeah, and I think Cheyenne said about food rescue that she emailed the principals and the PTO at Greenwood and Walton to get some help for the long run. And she wants to roll it out at Galvin. And also, yeah, she's looking to get some help from facilities. So yeah, I don't know really what her plans are. Like, it needs to be a little bit more self-sustaining, I think, because last year was a little crazy, her running around so much. So yeah, I don't know what the plan is. I'm assuming we could kind of start off with food rescue again and composting again at the 2 schools we were doing it last year, and then Dole-Bear pilot went well, I think, in June. I think she was looking, yeah, we just need to establish kind of like the kids helping out a little bit more on a regular basis to empty the coolers and stuff. And then, I guess, I don't know if she's going to continue with that, getting help from volunteers as far as picking up and stuff, but.
Yeah. So is she just an independent, concerned citizen, or like is she affiliated with this group?
No.
I mean, not at all. Okay. I wasn't clear on that, but all right. Well, that's great. Good for her.
She's just very dedicated.
Yeah, really. I mean, I'm more than happy to help with pickups again. Like it's an easy thing to do, and you really feel like you're actually saving a good amount of food.
Yeah,
So
I think
if
it's
she-
just like,
And we had a good number of volunteers. Like by the end of the
Yeah.
program last spring, we had like probably 10 volunteers across.
Mhm,
It was mostly just the 2 schools because Dole-Bear got started so late.
mhm.
So it started to feel like light work. Like in March, it felt like Cheyenne and I were running to the schools every day, but
Mm.
with so many volunteers, it wasn't so bad. So we can continue on that path.
Yeah, I mean, happy to help. And I mean, is there any reason the schools wouldn't do it again? Walton and Greenwood, like it seemed fairly.
oh no, it's just a matter of managing
Yeah.
the program.
Yeah.
It's more so the management piece in the background rather than like the schools wanting to do it. And
Mhm.
there's also, I think at the Greenwood, the school monitor, the lunch monitor was like moving on to another job, so they're gonna have a new person. So I think it's
Okay.
just kind of talking to them and getting a feel for like if they can help out a little bit more, because I know she was kind of running back and forth between the lunch and classes. So yeah, it's management of the whole thing.
Yeah, that was definitely like a little bit of a gray area, like who's bringing out the cooler and who that fell on. Guessing it differs, whoever's there and what school it's at.
Yeah.
Are your
Just
kids
sorry.
are your kids at Greenwood? Are you? Yeah.
My kids are at Dole-Bear.
Okay.
Yeah, and Galvin. Just a quick thought. I don't know. I know videotaping kids there's lots of rules there, but since we have these things sort of rolled out at certain schools, like would there be any benefit to putting something together that we can put on our Facebook or send
I already did a video.
Oh, you did a video. Okay. Like something that's like it's happening.
Yeah, WCAT did a video for us.
Oh, they did. Okay.
In the
Okay.
spring. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
And
We sent it to the other principals. So
Oh, you did. Okay, great. Yeah.
Yeah. It's certainly on our Facebook. I don't know, you probably would have to search for it, but
Yeah. No. Okay, you guys
it
are
is
on
definitely
it. No,
there. Yeah. Oh, and WCAT did it, and they did a real nice job of like.
awesome.
we put it on our website. I forget.
I think we did. I think it's on that tips page.
Yeah, because I wrote about it just on my personal Facebook page. I don't post often, but I did just one little thing about it. And like the responses were like, we had no idea this was happening. I mean, it was Dolbear, it was the newer one, but it was really positive and parents were really happy to have heard that. So I wasn't sure if it was out there. But it sounds like
Well,
it's,
I mean, Dover, we just did like
yeah, it was new.
very short time, so I'm sure
Right.
nobody really knew what was going on.
They had
It
no
was
idea.
the end of
Yeah.
the school year, and
Yeah. Well, they were happy. So there was some good positive feedback there.
Yeah, maybe it's not on our webpage. I could put it in the news and announcements spot, perhaps.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
um,
Timely to recirculate again on social.
Yes. Yeah, I'll add it to the list.
yeah, I don't know where would be a good spot to put it. Maybe under programs and helpful tips. I don't know. Find a spot.
Well, I was thinking on just on the main page, the main ESC page, there's like the news and announcements where we posted a couple of statements that
Oh,
we
yeah,
made. We could do it there.
sure.
I think to get something on there takes an email to Jen, but I can certainly do that.
Yeah.
Because it's our first like promo PSA kind of video, so I think it deserves a front page. And it's not really a tip. It's not a like, I don't know. We can put it in both places. And in a post about it, we can also ask if folks want to volunteer.
What's that?
In the post about it, I'll also say that if you're interested in being a volunteer for the program,
Yeah,
to get in touch.
sure. Yeah, so as far as rolling it out or coming back into Walton and Greenwood at the beginning of school, I think we also need to probably put up new signs for the bins, because they're probably disgusting at this point. So when does school start again?
I think right after
I
Labor
believe.
Day, yeah.
Is that Tuesday?
I think it's
I think
Thursday.
it's the 7th, yeah.
Yeah, it's that week after.
7th of September.
Day is it?
September 7th.
Okay. So maybe we can get in like that Wednesday. And signs.
Where do those signs come from? Like where do we create them? Or?
Printed them, yeah.
Okay.
We created the signs.
Oh, okay.
Ago. Yeah, so as far as food rescue, I think it's really up to Cheyenne to, figure out what she wants to do in the coming year, like how, because it really needs, I think she had talked about trying to get somebody to kind of take over the management or be like a part-time thing, or I don't know. So I think it was kind of a lot for her.
think she was also trying to expand upon it to like the prepared foods as well. I don't know if, I mean, at least I wouldn't start with that. Like that felt like it was creating yet additional
Yeah,
challenge. And maybe that's something we can expand to down the road, but
yeah. Yeah. And then as far as recycling at the Galvin, Tim said that, you know, I mentioned the bin system that we had sent him, and you know, he took a quick look when we were on the phone. He said, you know, good idea, that's not that expensive. Because basically what's happening at the Galvin cafeteria is like there's like a trash bin, a couple trash bins that are being wheeled around during lunch, so kids don't have to get up to throw stuff away. But then there's like the recycling bin, which is one of those blue bins that we use for trash, which can be confusing for kids because they're using it for trash at home, using it for recycling in the Galvin. We have, you know, a sign on there, you know, we could, you know, put up more signage. We tried to put up signs on like the wall, but then they took them down because of other things they wanted up there. So it's, I think kind of having like a bins next, all the bins next to each other, kind of like how we have at the elementary schools, so that when kids go up, they can just go one after another as they're, you know, getting rid of their stuff, instead of like having trash, you know, over here, recycling over here. It's it's just not making it easy. So yeah, hopefully, you know, we can figure something out to make that better and improve the recycling there. You know, I told Tim that we would be available to help out with education and, you know, helping him pick a bin system if he wants. But it's really like, it's up to the school administration to be committed, and that was a challenge last year.
I mean, it would also be nice if, like, in the middle school, if there were some students who cared about it and like wanted to
Yeah,
endorse it and promote it and like spread the word and stuff. It's, you know, that'd certainly be easier if there was a, you know, a green team or
yeah,
even just like an unofficial group that's like, recycling, it's good, rather than
yeah.
just
I mean, I tried to,
us random grown-ups showing up and telling them.
yeah, I tried to find like someone that works there to kind of be the recycling coordinator, or, you know, kind of take the role there and from the inside, and didn't really get any takers. So yeah, it'd be nice if the students were interested. I mean, maybe if there's a new class coming in, someone will be, who knows.
I can ask my daughter, she's going into 7th grade, so I can ask her if what her interest is. I picked her brain on it before, but not really officially. So yeah.
Were there a couple, like, so I think your kids and someone else's Galvin aged kids were at my backyard ice cream thing at the end of the school year.
Cheyenne.
Was it Cheyenne?
Cheyenne has, yep, kids in Galvin.
I feel like there were a couple of Galvin aged kids who were like, yeah, this is really important, we would help with this, but I don't
Oh,
actually
there was
keep track of
another
who it
kid
was.
there too that had blonde hair. I don't remember who he was
And I can
with.
dig back up the emails, but
Okay, I think that's pretty much it. So I guess, yeah, we should probably go in on that first day, Thursday, Friday, and maybe the following week to Walton and Greenwood to, educate new students, re-educate the old ones, make sure everything's going well. So is anybody available to help out with that?
Which days did you say?
So it would be the first day of school on the 7th, and then second day on the 8th, and then, maybe a couple days the next week.
I could probably do some days the next week. The 7th and 8th are hard because my daughter doesn't start Doyle till the 11th, so she's home.
I just
But
have to cross check as well.
But like the week of the 11th, I probably could help out.
I should be able to
Oops,
help on some of
minus.
those also.
Sorry, so Tiana, you say something?
Oh, I can probably help some of those as well.
Okay.
I can probably help on the 8th. I'm just seeing it's a Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess once we get closer, we'll figure out who's going when. Right, I think that is it for schools, unless anybody has anything else. All right, next item is the Green Business Program. So we have a call with the town tomorrow morning. I forget if everybody is available. Willing,
I
you
am.
said you had a meeting or something.
I said, yeah, I'm meeting right beforehand, but I'm hoping I can join.
Okay.
I got Aaron's invite, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pop in too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what's the game plan? Like, sort of describe the program, maybe show that Google Doc that has what the items are and their points and stuff.
Yeah, I want to open that up. You
And are we showing them the logo too, or is it just the other?
can
It's
show
all-
everything.
Okay, everything, yeah.
Here. Got it. I think Christina, you kind of went in and made it look a little better, addressed some of these comments, so we can probably get rid of these comments if we're gonna show this.
Yep, I think most of them got out of there, but there might be a few hanging out. So you could probably click out them.
It was reusable, yeah, what did we decide on this one?
I'm just rereading it.
Well, yeah, because was this also to like let people bring their own reusable coffee cup?
Right. Yeah, there's just so many different things. Like there's restaurants that would, obviously a lot of them would have reusables. But then other places that would be a lot of effort and that would be way more points. So I don't know how we want to kind of define it.
So for this, maybe we can do reusable bags and cups.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Bags and containers, like cups, but also like if I wanted to bring my.
Well, this would be like at checkout, so, you know, you're using your own bag at checkout, you know, so businesses are accepting those. And also they could maybe provide a discount if you're using your own bag, and same thing with cups at checkout. I think this one is something different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure what we were trying to get for this one.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Is that more for like, you know, an office environment where they could have like disposable coffee cups versus
Yeah, it could be.
reusable ones?
Oh, maybe that's what we were talking about. Yeah.
Okay. So should we say in office?
In office, yeah.
Yeah, make it a little more clear. In office. I guess, do you want to put if applicable? I don't know. I guess all these things are if applicable.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like for staff, I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's.
You know what? It just occurred to me for office, you could also add in there like not using Keurigs, because I feel like those are very common and they make so much garbage. And
Yeah,
they're common in the offices.
yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, I know you don't want to use brand names, I know, so that makes it tricky, I guess. but-
Mhm. Coffee pods. You can
Yeah,
say.
coffee pods. There you go.
Yeah.
So how would we say like,
It's a little bit controversial. There's some analyses, I mean, from a waste reduction perhaps, but there's some analyses that like the amount of I could dig up an article, like the amount of like water or processing used to create your cup of coffee in a pod style versus a, you know, regular old coffee pot is actually not necessarily as
yeah, I guess you're not wasting as much coffee if it's just, you know, you have
right. Yeah.
pots that just
Interesting,
sits around and then
Maybe.
gets thrown
Yeah.
out.
So I don't know. I'm a little on the fence about saying don't do that one.
Okay, that's fine.
I would say like instead of don't do it, maybe we could say use like at my office we have this like whole like coffee system where like some company comes in and like brings the beans and or the ground coffee and like puts it into the whole thing, and
That's amazing.
it's an Italian company.
Yeah, that's yeah.
We still have the little like espresso pod things, so it's not all good, but so yeah, maybe we could like say something encouraging along those lines, like get your office to, I don't know, have some sort of bulk coffee service or something.
Mhm. That's a good thought.
That one probably is going to depend on the size of the office too.
Yeah.
Right. I was
My
gonna say
personal
my
office is going to be happy to just do a, you know, a little coffee pot that, you know, I'm sure wouldn't bother to have a service.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah, we
know.
all have to bring our own, so there's no coffee
You have to
provided.
bring it up.
Oh yeah, they're big. Bring your own coffee. So,
I don't know. Maybe we can leave that off for now and
Yeah, it's fine.
see.
Was there something else that we wanted on the reusable cups and cutlery though, of like, if you are a restaurant, don't hand out plastic stuff?
mm,
Oh yeah, that was in the comments section of like if it applied to takeout, would be worth more points.
Sorry, what was that?
Like if you're a restaurant offering takeout, something about using non-plastic items like alternatives to plastic cutlery and things like that.
So, using like black plastic containers.
Like compostable cutlery or something.
Yeah, I feel like we have that in there. I'm
Is
not
that
sure
in there
where.
somewhere?
It should be.
Use paper products, recycled content. Use certified compostable plant-based cups. What is this
wanna-
water tumbler?
Oh, like a water, like a big Poland Spring thing. What do you guys call it?
Water cooler?
Water
A
cooler.
water cooler, yeah. It goes, yeah, I've heard it both ways.
Christina, I've heard bubbler. Are you from around here? That's
Yeah, it's Bubbler's like a Massachusetts thing.
yeah. So
yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
can switch that over to cooler. I think that's more generic.
Well, I was just thinking maybe we don't need this because it's kind of straightforward.
Yeah. Yeah, we can take that out. Can we add end cutlery on
Yeah,
there?
I'm just gonna say right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cutlery for takeout, or do we
Yeah.
want to say just in general?
Maybe in general, because like a lot of offices do have that, for people's.
But we're saying like reusable serviceware for offices.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think takeout.
Yeah.
Okay. That works.
But we want to add containers too.
but then how is that different from the first one?
First one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought we had it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right. I think this one was more about the like if your office water bubbler has cups,
That's right. That's right. The
that
bubble.
it should be
Yeah,
know,
I think the better thing is reusable then.
sure.
So I guess if we want, maybe we should combine this one and this one. Use non-plastic takeout containers and/or certified compostable.
Hmm.
Right. I think we were trying to give them points if they had one or the other, but
Okay.
but it's fine. It's fine with me. It all makes sense.
Yeah, I think we can, keep them separate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because so if they want to like keep the plastic here, then they can choose a different color. And then for this one, they would it would be a certified compostable thing.
Yep.
So I would just say containers and color. There you go. Do you have any other comments? Oh, I screwed up the pages now.
Mhm.
I don't know if I want to put this at the top, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. You can probably also resize that point system, see if you make it a little smaller, see if that'll do it. I was playing around with some font sizes. You're close. Maybe that space right there, but above the 1 point each, if we finagle that a little bit. There you go. That should do it.
We're just trying to get it off of this many pages.
Yeah, that other page. Yep.
All right.
There you go.
Okay. Do we want to just have a quick read through right now?
Yep.
Sure.
think for this one, maybe we should say certified compostable and or plant-based cups. Because not all plant-based cups are certified compostable.
That works.
Yeah.
For the first one, do you think that using plastic other than black is equal to non-plastic?
What do you mean?
It says if plastic. It sounds like you get points either way. Like you can use a non-plastic, or it's okay if you use plastic as long as it's not black. Maybe it is. Maybe we feel like they're equal.
Right. No, I know what you're saying, Lillian. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think for 1 point, it's okay.
It's okay.
Like, even just if we can get them to change the behavior away from black plastic, since that's
Definitely a
so,
step in the right
so
direction.
detrimental. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like these are kind of separate. So you use non-plastic takeout containers is one thing, and then if they still want to use plastic containers, then choose a different color.
Mhm.
I feel like those are kind of different items.
I think these were just some of our notes and some of our thoughts when we were coming up with
Yeah.
them. So it's okay if we.
Do we want to make this one separate? I don't know if we want to.
I mean, we
Sure.
we can.
Yeah. Although it's gonna mess up
Yeah.
the spacing.
What's that?
Gonna mess up the spacing again. It'll be off the bottom of the page.
Yeah, I think, if it's just 1 point,
Yeah, it's fine.
get rid of black plastic.
Right.
I think that's a good thing.
We also don't need this to look amazing if we're then going to just put it into, like, this is for communicating about the program, but for actually filling it out, we're going to put together a Google Forms.
Oh, right, a whole other thing in reword. Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't need this to be, picture perfect.
All right. I don't know if we want to do like office and break room or if that's just assumed.
Yeah. I think office is in a
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Honestly,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say like change this to choose and then this to install.
yeah, that's good.
That works. These items that we're on right now, like the non-toxic green cleaning, like those 3, like they seem very simple and easy to me. I don't know if we want to put them at the top, like versus the other ones that might be a little more gray.
Well, I mean, as Tiana said, we're gonna make a
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, we can reorder things.
Okay, that sounds good.
I don't know if this receipt one should be higher points. Or is it just more widespread than I think it is? is offering?
I get a lot of receipts via text or email, especially from any Square type of
Yeah,
thing. So I run into it a lot, but I don't know about you guys.
I do too, I think.
Yeah.
Just thinking like restaurants don't really have.
No, not usually. You're right.
Right, restaurants. Yeah.
So I guess we can keep it for now. Special use only. I don't know if we want to split this one. You want to keep it
Maybe.
together or split it?
Mm.
It's like if you provide a discount, you're obviously doing the first part. You're accepting them. So it's like
Right.
I think it's I don't know.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Useful to spend. Move on. This one.
Mhm.
Because you could do either.
Mhm.
And I feel like installing those motion sensors is more of a lift.
It's true.
I mean, we could do the motion sensor thing for more points because it does require a little bit more work and money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fine.
some of these
It-
places that are renting I don't think they're
Right.
able to change that. Right? Like the landlord would have to do that.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good one.
I guess it would really just be like restaurants, maybe. Like, for instance, in like the bathroom.
Mhm.
That's true. The bathroom is a good example.
So we want to take this out and put it into the 3 points.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
investment, you know.
Oh, it is a different font.
They look like different fonts.
Font
Yeah.
do we want here? Is that top is one thing, this is another one.
Right.
Arial or Calibri?
I'm good with either.
Either one.
Either. Whatever's easier, just switch over.
I don't know that we need the if applicable for donate leftover food because all of these are if applicable. I mean, hopefully people would understand that we mean
your like business related.
Yeah, and not like, oh, I didn't finish my lunch.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Or like leftover donuts in the break room. Like here you go, something like that, you know.
Doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count for that one.
Do you want to say leftover food to like charity or make it a little bit more
Yeah.
specific?
Yeah, that might not. That clarifies a little. For that last one in the 3 points, encourage other businesses to be green certified. Is that like some kind of like a referral, basically? Like if someone comes to want to be green certified and say, how did you hear about the program? Or like how would they, with just honesty system, I guess.
Right.
I guess.
Well, I
I
mean,
guess it all is.
we could, if we get new people that want to join the program, we could ask them how they heard
How
about
they
it.
heard. Yeah, exactly. Like a referral
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, we might want to use the word referral, and then maybe on our form we can say who referred you or how'd you hear about us or whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, refer other green businesses to the
Yeah,
or
refer
other
them.
local businesses to the program or something.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we might want to actually call that the Wakefield Green Business, so it's not like there's an organization out there called Green Business
It's
something or
like a
other.
green restaurant association too.
Yeah, so like we
Yeah.
mean refer them back to this same program.
Yeah. Do we want to say something about installing electric car chargers on the property?
Sure, absolutely.
A good one. Yeah.
I feel like that's like 100 points.
Yeah, that'd be right.
Well, I mean, similar to solar panels, right? Like some
Yeah,
of these
that's true.
major investments.
I know the solar panels, there's really good incentives and rebates. I don't know about the charger, but
Yeah, there's rebates for that.
oh, there are for the charger.
Yeah.
It's great for bigger businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, are we good with this list?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, and we'll get feedback tomorrow from
Mhm.
town folks. We
Yeah,
can always make further adjustments.
so I think, for the meeting tomorrow, we can kind of just, show the setup of this, the system that, for the program that we have with the points, and then kind of, run through examples within each point sections. And then, where is that? Did you share the logo?
I think so. Or I sent it on that email chain. And is that something you want to add to that doc, like at the top? Like you want to put the logo,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then it's all in one doc, and
Yeah,
it's not like we kind of decided on one. So
let's do that.
And similarly, like Jen specifically may say like, oh, I would recommend,
right.
since that's sort of her lane.
Let's do
But
that.
having it on here just as a place to talk about it.
Let me, Melissa, I can just pull it up and I can send you, like I can email you a little PDF that you can just pop in there if you want,
Okay.
if that's helpful.
A
Because I
P-
think the one I sent over had like a bunch of them in there.
Can you save it as like a picture?
Yeah, like a JPEG. I could do that too.
Oh, and then I had mentioned that I was scouring for someone must have already built the app to track this stuff, right? Instead of making a Google form. I did find one and got a demo from them. So they're called Green Biz Tracker, and they're basically a certification program in a box. So they like allow a municipality or whatever city to like do exactly what we've just done, specify the different measures, assign points if you want to, or just, you know, these ones are required, these ones are optional type of thing, make levels, whatever, and like lets you administer the whole program behind the scenes. It's heavily used in California, and then they're rolling out, they've got like 12 different states that I think they said that they've started in. But it's a $10,000 a year subscription to get started, for up to 400 businesses. So like that's not where we're at right now. But if we down the road like find other towns that also want to do something like this, we could sort of team up across the county or the whatever the relevant cluster of folks would be. But it's a cool system. It was quite configurable on the back end, and it basically makes like a little web form that the businesses can go through, and it gives them some reports on like, based on what you've input, you're saving this much, or you're, that's the equivalent of this many trees. So it's nice. It was slick. It would be a lot of work to do, and that's obviously a ton of money. So interesting, food for later thought. I think there's probably a step in between a Google Doc and that, which should be something like, oh, now my phone is listening to me because I said the word Google. That's really so creepy. Like building a simpler little app for businesses to use. I don't know if that's worth it right now. I think Google Form is, super great way to start and learn, and we'll see. So anyway, that was that investigation.
Did it cost money or no?
The Green Business Tracker?
Yeah.
Yes, it costs $10,000 a year as a subscription.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah, for up to 400 businesses. So it's like, blah, blah, blah county in California is doing it. It's not, it's,
Did
it,
you say
it's,
that and I missed it?
so anyway, for $10,000 a year, it is not the right option for us right now.
Yeah.
But, nice to see that that's available, and I could imagine at some point, some larger organization than us deciding that it's useful, like if the state was going to do it. Cool. Absolutely.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, so
I just sent it over, Melissa.
read in Google Form. All right, I'll put that in the doc later. Yeah, so I think we can just tomorrow talk about what we envision for the program, look at all the items that we have from the different points, the logo, Google form to track. And I guess as far as printing out the like stickers, what did we think about that? And did we have different logos for the different bronze, whatever? I guess we don't.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I was thinking maybe the same logo and then maybe they're listed somewhere as, but I don't know. Or if we want to put something that differentiates them all.
Is there room to just write gold, silver, bronze somewhere?
Yeah, we can do that.
I can't remember which one we settled on and what the room, what the space options were, but
I'm looking at it now. Trying to think where we could put that.
hmm.
Put it instead of this check mark, we could put it there.
We could put it
Oh
there.
yeah, you put it there.
And maybe put the check mark in the green area or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That can work.
I don't know if we need to make this blue. I don't know. Could do white maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and have the gold, silver, bronze be that color print.
Oh, right.
That makes sense.
So you're saying you want the white instead of the blue?
Yeah, white instead of blue, and then have like a little like metal, like Olympic medal thing,
hmm
looking coin or whatever for bronze, silver, gold.
Yeah.
Just an idea. Do we want to make that check mark? I can make it gold. I can make it like I could change the color of that.
I think
Like,
we want to. I think we need the words.
oh, okay. Yep. Okay. So we'll put gold. Let's see. So do you want me to mock those up? Like those, it would be 3 of them?
Could be what?
Do you want me to like mock those up? Like, do you want me to create those so that you can show them tomorrow?
If we can. I mean, I think it's maybe short notice.
That's, I mean, it's a quick fix. I have it over here, so it's not a big deal. But I can probably, yeah, I could probably do that.
Okay, yeah. So I think changing this to white, moving this check mark up to the green at the top, and then putting the gold, silver, bronze
Mhm.
words in those colors at the bottom.
Okay.
Does that work for everybody?
I'm not even convinced we need the check mark, but I'm fine with it.
Oh, that's true. We can just take the check mark out.
Yeah. I don't know, the check mark kind of is
Certifies you.
Yeah, I get it.
Certified.
You can put it up there.
indication that
Yeah.
you've done something.
Yeah. Yeah, check the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Cool. Thanks, Christina.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else in the program we need to talk about for tomorrow? I guess the only thing is like we had talked about last time, a web page.
Mhm.
Right, or a web page explaining the program and pointing folks to the Google form and stuff. Yeah, I'm sure we could design something pretty simple and ask Jen to make it as a page on our ESC subpage thing.
And marketing. Maybe and then going to the door, having the chamber blasted out.
Using those signs downtown.
Mm.
Using the what?
Those like signs that they have downtown on Main Street. Didn't we talk about that?
Yeah.
And I'm sure that like Jen and Erin will have lots of ideas for how to,
Mhm.
how to get the word out.
Maybe think about like the draw for the business too. Like I know we briefly talked about just like a little bit of like bragging rights, or if we, like
Mhm.
what's in it for them to do this.
Oh, right. Do you want to have the list of the business like gold, these places?
Yeah.
Right.
on
Like
that
something
website?
like that. Right.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, but that would be on our webpage.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, assuming we're moving forward with the program, we would talk about it at town day,
Mhm.
since businesses will be there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Anything else? Okay. Matters not anticipated.
Yeah, I've got an update from the Board of Health meeting. I dropped into the Board of Health meeting earlier this evening as a public participant to follow up on the recycling situation. So Christina and Lily, to catch you up, basically there are buildings in town that don't provide recycling to their residents, right? They just don't have bins. It's just not a thing. They don't seem to care. And disregard basically that there is a mass DEP waste ban saying that you can't trash recyclables, right? It's like there's a waste ban, very hard to enforce at the building level because all the stuff goes into one big truck, and so we've been discussing and trying to figure out, like, is the right thing to have a bylaw in place? Is the right thing to enforce it through the health department or Board of Health, or through the DPW? Like, what are our options? And this really applies to buildings over 4 units. So up through 4 units are taken care of by the DPW, curbside. So it's buildings bigger than that. And there are some few dozen that don't, and it's like 1,000 units worth of people that basically don't have access to recycling. So we had approached the Board of Health some months ago to ask them, because in across Massachusetts, many health departments or boards of health have taken that on as a health department thing, because they're the ones who certify dumpsters. They're the ones who have regulations on the recycling haulers and trash haulers and things like that, as does ours. Right, our health department deals with dumpster permits and all those things. So, like, wouldn't it be easiest, most straightforward, if they are the ones who implement that as a new regulation on their side? And they were very, interested about that when we brought it to them. I don't know, it's back in like April or May. They said, yes, we'll think about it. We'll get back to you. And then basically crickets. So I dropped in to say, what's up? Particularly because if what we decide we want to do is a bylaw, and that we want to bring it to the November town meeting to be voted on, we need to like start that in motion soonish to get it on that November town meeting. So they heard that. Anthony, who's the health department person, there's the Board of Health and the health department. Anthony of the health department said that he had spoken recently with Anne at the DPW, our Anne, who is also the liaison to the ESC, about the situation, and like they had a good mind meld about it. They want to talk with Steve, town administrator, right? About it. So they're going to talk with him about it. They're thinking hard. Laurel, who is, I think, the chair of the Board of Health, agreed that, like, yes, we hear you, that this needs to be dealt with, and they will get back to, or they'll check in on it in September. They're also, they acknowledge that they're also right now gearing up for flu and COVID and et cetera season. So, they're also anticipating getting busy soon, but I think they get that, like, we want to do something about this. We want to do something about it pretty soon.
Mhm.
So we've sort of reopened that. They took the month of July off, apparently. So they are now sort of back in business and aware that we are looking for some answers.
So what did Anthony and Anne, did they come up with any ideas or?
I think it might make sense for us to follow Pam, since like she's been in the conversations with us about it since April.
Yeah, I'm
before
surprised
that.
she didn't say anything. Our meeting last time.
It might have been between then and now. Like,
Okay.
I don't know, it sounded like it was a pretty recent conversation. So I might just reopen an email thread, Melissa, with like you, me, and Anne, and say
Okay.
anything new to report. So that's really all I've got on that, but at least they're back to think, it's back top of mind.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'm glad you caught that there was a meeting.
Well,
Mhm.
I know their schedule is to have one I think it's the second Wednesday of the month at 6, and it just hadn't been on the calendar, I think, again, because they take July off. So I happened to look a couple days ago and saw that it was in fact today. So I was able to hop on for a few minutes.
Good, good. Anything else we need to talk about? Okay, our next meeting is September 13th. No? Would it be? Oh, so I'm gonna be away the week that we would be meeting in September, so I was wondering if we could meet September 13th instead. I know that we do have an ESC meeting on the 14th, so I don't know if that's too close. We want to meet a few days before. What are your thoughts? Week of the 11th.
I think I'm flexible that week.
Yeah, I think my only evening commitment is the ESC meeting on Thursday, so either works for me.
Yeah, same with me.
Yeah, I guess the question is if we want back-to-back meeting nights or not.
I guess I would prefer not if possible,
Yeah.
but
Right.
So do you want to do Monday or Tuesday? Maybe Tuesday?
Tuesday. I can do Tuesday.
yeah, I should be able to do Tuesday, the 12th.
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, let's adjourn. I will see you guys